We start off in present-day demon society. The Desogade Demon King Academy trains young demons descended from the Demon King's bloodline, waiting for the Demon King to reincarnate. Two new students, Anos Voldegode and Misha Necron, are bullied by Zeppa's Indu, an arrogant royal. Anos, who is secretly the reincarnated Demon King, easily humiliates him by repeatedly killing and resurrecting Zeps until he surrenders. Anos invites Misha to his home, where it is explained by Anos' parents that he used his magic to rapidly age. Anos is accosted by Zeps and his brother, Leorig, who explains that nobles and royals ensure their supremacy by secretly murdering any hybrids born with powerful magic. Leorig then murders Zeps for humiliating the family. However, Anos is unaffected by Leorig's magic, explaining that as their founding ancestor, he is the origin of their magic. He then defeats Leorig by summoning Zeps as a vengeful zombie. Victorious, Anos fully resurrects Zeps and Leorig and declares he will retake his throne as Demon King. The next day, Anos receives his student crest, which identifies him as the most powerful new student, but also a total misfit. 2,000 years ago, Anos, tired of war, made a deal with the human hero Canaan to sacrifice his life to separate the demon, human, spirit and god realms for 1,000 years so peace could flourish. In the present, Anos learns he was deemed a misfit because the history of the Demon King has been grossly misinterpreted. He proves his intelligence by correcting the spell of his teacher, Amelia Ludawell, doubling its power. He then proves his power by overwhelming Sasha Necron, Misha's arrogant sister, with her own spell. Sasha challenges Anos to a duel in the team exam. If Sasha loses, she will join Anos' team, but if Anos loses, he becomes her slave. Anos easily wins using his immense physical strength and overwhelming magic. After Sasha unwillingly agrees to join his team, Anos reveals he went easy on her because Misha loves Sasha and wanted to be on the same team as her, plus he thinks Sasha's demon eyes are beautiful. After introducing Sasha to his parents, who are shocked he brought two girls home, Sasha secretly thanks Anos for helping her reconcile her difficult relationship with Misha, and kisses him. Ivis Necron, one of the 7 elder demon emperors Anos created from his blood, now runs the academy as the 7 deans. Anos realizes Ivis does not remember him, so he attempts to send Ivis back in time to retrieve his memories. However, Ivis decides to remain neutral. For the next academy challenge, students are told to collect magic items from a castle which is actually Anos' home from 2,000 years ago. He decides to collect a scepter at the lowest level. After collecting the scepter, he allows Misha to take one of his personal items, the Phoenix robe, for Sasha's birthday to enhance her flame magic. However, Sasha stabs Misha and claims she was never their ally, but was waiting for a chance to betray them. Anos claims she is lying since her demonic eyes should have activated under intense emotion, but they did not. Sasha flees with the robe and scepter, claiming she hates Misha. Misha admits to Anos that she will disappear the moment she and Sasha turn 15 and that the person he thinks of as Misha does not actually exist. When Sasha was a fetus, Ivis split her into 2 babies so when they turn 15, they would fuse into a single more powerful demon. Anos catches up with Sasha, who reveals she actually wants to save Misha. Anos reveals that if he sends them back in time, they can fuse with their unborn fetuses so they will be born as true twin sisters. Anos is then stabbed by Ivis. Anos activates the time spell only to be blocked by Hugo Laraviaz, guardian god of time. Fusing himself with Ivis, he seemingly kills Anos. However, Anos reappears unharmed. He sends Sasha and Misha to fuse with their unborn selves. He then destroys Ivis. After resurrecting Ivis, Anos returns all his unaltered memories, revealing Ivis only betrayed him because his memories had been altered by someone working for Avos Dilhavia. Sasha and Misha return, now as true sisters. Despite having saved Misha and altering the past, Anos nonchalantly decides to return his scepter to get a perfect score for the Academy challenge. He also gives Misha a ring from his collection to enhance her magic, along with the Phoenix robe he gave to Sasha. In the past, a swordsman, Shin Reglia, won a great victory for Anos and was granted the ability to reincarnate. In the present, Amelia announces that a royal student famous for his sword skills is transferring into the academy. Misa Ilyoroagu, a classmate, informs Anos she is a Unitarian. Anos is intrigued to learn Melhis Boran, another elder demon emperor, is a Unitarian. Anos learns Misa's royal father has not spoken to her in years. Anos decides to let Misa and her Unitarian classmates join his team if they prove themselves. The academy begins magic sword lessons where Anos and the transfer student, Lei Glanzudlii, are the only ones strong enough to wield magic swords. Lei asks to join Annos' team, disregarding his own royal status. Annos refuses and tells Lei and Misa to challenge him in the next team exam duel. Misha and Sasha defeat Misa and the Unitarians. Annos holds his own against Lei using just a tree branch while Lei starts to remember having dueled Annos before. Annos finally claims victory and suspects Lei as the reincarnation of someone from his former life. Lei promises to defeat Annos at their next duel. After the duel, Annos invites Lei and Misa to his home along with Sasha and Misha for dinner. There, he welcomes Lei and Misa in his team, while his parents enthusiastically celebrate his victory. At school, Amelia announces that 2 students have been chosen as competitors for the Magic Sword Tournament, Lei and Annos. Annos suspects there is some kind of ulterior motive. Later, Annos meets Melhis Boran, one of the 7 elder demon emperors, who claims that while he believes that his memories were erased at some point, he is confident Annos is the demon king of tyranny. To show his gratitude to Misha, Annos takes her on an outing. During the outing, Ivis, using the disguise of a cafe cat, tells Annos that someone above Melhis is actually in control of the Unitarians. On the day of the tournament, Ivis tells Annos some more information that he has uncovered. As such, Annos decides to not participate. However, after he realizes how much his parents believe in him, Annos changes his mind and takes on the previous tournament's winner, Kroot Ludowell. Annos easily defeats Kroot, which angers Amelia. This is followed by Lei winning his match. Backstage, Annos and Lei confront each other where Annos notices something is wrong. After he wins his next match, Annos gives his mother his sword. He and Misa then head to the hospital. There, they meet Lei's adoptive mother, Sheila, who has spirit disease. She reveals Lei is being controlled by the royalists. Afterwards, Misa volunteers to help her. Meanwhile, Amelia attacks Annos' mother and the Unitarian classmates when they refuse to give her the sword. When Annos arrives, he freezes Amelia then heals all the girls and his mother. He angrily teleports Amelia to the arena where he stabs her with a sword before he kills her. Back at the hospital, Lei stops Misa to protect her life force. He then has a conversation with Sheila where she tells him to live his life the way he wants to. Lei leaves before Annos can return. The next day, Annos and Lei face each other in the finals. Before the duel commences, special rules are implemented which impact both Lei and Sheila. Lei praises Annos for his ability to fight despite his magic being drained. However, he decides to fight on his own terms, which allows them to go all out. Ultimately, Annos is victorious. It is then revealed that Melhis was the mastermind behind the tournament. Annos is challenged by Melhis, Gaios Anzum, and Wydal Anzio. However, Lei takes out Gaios and Wydal. When confronted, Melhis reveals he has Sheila, which causes Lei to leave the dimensional prison to save her. A confident Melhis heads to an absolute space where he attacks Annos and Lei. Sheila becomes a sword, which Lei uses to slash the absolute space. Annos then confronts a stunned Melhis where he frees him from his brainwashing. Returning to the arena, Annos is declared the winner of the tournament. After healing Lei, Annos resurrects Sheila, revealing her true form was a sword. Afterwards, Sasha gives Annos a sword as a commemorative gift. In the past, Annos told Kanan that he wanted to end the war. However, he was forced to injure Helga during the confrontation. In the present, the students are told they will have inter-academy classes in the human realm. Annos, Misha, Sasha, Lei, and Misa have a training match during study hall. Later that day, Annos has a conversation with Melhis. Afterwards, he gives Lei a sword that belonged to someone he knew. 3 weeks later, the students head to Gyrodite for the inter-academy classes. Annos teleports everyone to the city. He and Sasha then head to Hero Academy Arklaniska. There, they meet Eleanor Bianca, a third-year student. She escorts them inside the academy. When Sasha calls out the inaccuracy of Kanan's victory over the Demon King of Tyranny, Annos stops her. Afterwards, Eleanor tells them about Helga Kanan, an elite class of reincarnated heroes. They then meet 2 students, Ledriano Kanan Azeshan and Laus Kanan Gilfor, who claim to be Kanan's reincarnation, which Annos doubts. After he easily defeats Laus, Eleanor tells him Kanan was murdered 2,000 years ago by a human. Inside the Hero Academy, Rivest Aini, a third-year student, confronts Annos about how he does not recognize him as the reincarnated Demon King. During the first day of the inter-academy classes, a demonstration of recreation is held. The Hero Academy's representative, Ledriano, easily performs the task, while Rivest struggles to do so. Anos then reveals that the Hero Academy rigged the demonstration. Later that night, Ivis tells Anos some new information he uncovered during his investigation. Afterwards, Anos heads to a festival with Misha and Sasha where they see Lei and Misa are on a date. The next day, the inter-academy exams commences at Lake Same. When Anos offers to take the exam, Rivest decides that he wants to do it instead. During the exam, Rivest's team struggles against the Hero Academy students. It is revealed that the Hero Academy has cheated by having holy water mixed in with the lake water to weaken the demons. Once he rescues Rivest's team, Anos uses a spell to evaporate the lake. He then challenges the Hero Academy students. During the next round of the inter-academy exams, Anos' team notices that the Hero Academy students have put up a barrier that is enhancing their power. Misha decides to build a castle in the center of it. Anos then encounters another student who is supposedly Kanan's reincarnation named Zisha Kanan Ijasika. Meanwhile, Sasha and Lei challenge and defeat Laos and Hina Kanan Iorg, respectively. Afterwards, Anos takes on Ledriano and Zisha where the city gives them their energy in order to empower them. However, Anos counters using the energy of his Unitarian classmates. Everyone then hears a mysterious voice tell the students to kill the demons. Despite Anos' warning, Zisha unleashes a source explosion. Later, Eleanor asks Anos to head to the shrine. Misha heads to the shrine where she runs into a furious Diego Kanan Ijasika, director of the Hero Academy. When Anos arrives, he stops Diego from brainwashing the students. Afterwards, Eleanor reveals the truth about the creation of the Hero Academy, the students, the origins of the voice he previously heard, her existence, and how Kanan was killed. Just as Anos is about to grant Eleanor's wish, they are confronted by a clone of Diego. Suddenly, 3 of the elder demon emperors show up with a mysterious figure, who claims to be Avos. Avos taunts Anos before he leaves. A few days later, Avos declares war against humans. Meanwhile, Anos has a meeting with the remaining elder demon emperors. There, his friends vow to help him as well. Later, while his friends take on Avos' forces, Anos decides to confront Avos by himself. When he does, it is revealed that Lei was masquerading as Avos and he is reincarnation of Kanan. Lei reveals to Anos the truth as to why he rewrote history following his death. Afterwards, Anos challenges Lei to a fight. During the fight, Anos takes out 6 of Lei's 7 sources. However, Anos allows Lei to defeat him in order to stop the humans' hatred of demons. Refusing to accept the outcome, Diego tells the Zisha clones to self-destruct. When Eleanor tries to reason with him, Herga arrives in the form of sacred magic. He is then confronted by Lei and the fused Misha and Sasha. When Herga attempts to once again have the Zisha clones self-destruct, he is stopped by Anos. Herga decides to forcefully drain the hope of the city in order to transform. While his friends rally behind him, Anos tells Herga that the world is at peace now. When he refuses to believe this, he is cut down by Lei and Anos. Just before Herga dies, Anos reincarnates him. After the battle, Anos reunites with Misha and Sasha, Lei reunites with Misa, and Eleanor becomes Anos magic. Everyone then heads back home to the demon realm. If you made it this far into the video, here's a cookie. Please consider liking and subscribing because I'll be making many more fun anime recaps. See you in the next one.